Alright guys, big MMA news just dropped and there is a lot to unpack today. From Nickal and Colby Covington going absolutely nuclear on each other to Paramount Plus raising prices right before UFC 324, plus updates on Khamzat, Oliveira, Nick Diaz, and more. Let's get right into it. So let's start with the story that has the MMA world arguing non-stop right now, Colby Covington unloading on Nickal. Following Nickal's withdrawal from his wrestling match against Yoel Romero after Romero missed weight by 7 pounds, the backlash was immediate. Fans were split, fighters weighed in, and then Colby decided to take things to another level. Speaking on Submission Radio, Covington didn't hold back at all.
Bozo Nickal is a complete coward. He's a quitter. The fact that he didn't want to wrestle a guy who missed weight by a couple pounds, the guy's 17 years older than you. He's like almost 50 years old. Why are you worried about a guy that's almost 50 years old? You should want to do good business for the Real American Freestyle brand. Like, you pride yourself on being ready and wanting to be a company man, but you're not showing up for the company. That's 2 times in a row he's pulled out to wrestle Yoel Romero on the Real American Freestyle platform. So it's embarrassing, but it makes sense. We all know Bozo Nickal's a quitter. The first time he had a little adversity in his fight career against, I want to apologize to Renner de Ridder here. I want to apologize because before I called him a Dutch kickboxer, I didn't know he's a Dutch grappler. I didn't even know there was such thing as Dutch grappling. But yeah, the Dutch grappler made Bo Nickal quit in the striking department. But Bozo Nickal's a clown, bro. He couldn't draw money with a green crayon and a white piece of paper. That's how irrelevant he is. That's how much of a bitch he is. That's how much of a nobody cares.
But that wasn't all. Covington also dropped a bit of future planning during the same interview. He revealed he's seriously considering a move up to middleweight and already has names in mind.
Like Israel Adesanya, that's someone that intrigues me. A former champion, like myself, someone that generates hype, has a following, has a platform and a brand. So, I think the Izzy fight makes a lot more sense than anything. And it's someone I don't really like. He's talked a lot of shit about me in the past, so let's see if he can actually back that shit talk.
And if that wasn't enough, Colby also brought Khamzat Chimaev into the conversation. Covington claimed Khamzat is afraid to get hit.
We were supposed to fight at welterweight in the past. They were talking about making that fight happen. So I love that fight. I think it's a great fight for me. He's not going to take me down and hold me down. I'll get right up. Collegiate wrestling teaches you fight the hands, look for underhooks, get right back to your feet. So he's not going to be holding me like he did his last fight with Dricus. It'll be a completely different fight. And then it's a striking fight. And I think he's scared to strike. I don't think he likes to strike people. He doesn't like to get hit in the face. So, I love that fight.
Meanwhile, Nickal was definitely paying attention, and he did not stay quiet. Appearing on the Ariel Helwani show, Nickal fired back hard, making it clear that his dislike for Covington is very real.
We do it in the UFC in June, and I can just absolutely rip that guy apart and send him packing and end his career. So, that's what I'm looking forward to doing, because I don't think that he would ever in a million years wrestle me. But as far as fighting, the UFC, I think, isn't super happy with him. So they'll probably, there's a chance that they'll just make him fight me. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna hit him up and tell him to make it happen, because I think that guy's a fake. He's a phony. He always talks about supporting President Trump and this and that. He only does it to try to, antagonize other people. He doesn't do it because it's what he actually believes in. This guy's a fraud. He's a JUCO bum. He couldn't hack it in wrestling. He was fortunate to get into MMA at a time where, a lot of people didn't have the wrestling skills to stand up to him, but he hasn't won other than beating Luke the other night, he hasn't won anything in 7 years. So I think the guy sucks, and I would love to just end his career. I don't think he gets it out of the first.
Bo also addressed the backlash surrounding the Yoel Romero situation, giving more context on why he ultimately walked away. Nickal explained that he expected Romero to miss by maybe 2 or 3 pounds and would have still competed.
I think most people that say that have never competed at a high level in their life, or maybe even competed in general. The response from every single one of my, peers in wrestling is like, they were shocked. And they were shocked that I was even considering taking it, because it did take me a couple hours to really figure it out. And once he didn't step on the scale right away, I kind of knew maybe he was over. I expected, 2, 3, 4 pounds and no worries, we'll get it going. But he stepped on at 212. So that was just something that I was like, wow, 7 pounds over. Like, this is a tough situation. I obviously want to compete, but I spoke with my coaches, my team, and we felt that it was best to, move on.
Now shifting gears, in another corner of the MMA world, Khamzat Chimaev stirred things up on social media. Taking to X, Chimaev called out light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira, proposing a matchup at the rumored UFC White House event. Khamzat told Brazilian fans to tell Pereira to sign the contract if he isn't scared, promising a fast finish. Meanwhile at featherweight, Charles Oliveira may be hinting at his strategy for Max Holloway. Oliveira recently shared training footage where he hits Holloway's signature point-down gesture during sparring. It's a fun clip, but it also suggests Oliveira is preparing to stand and trade with Max. That approach didn't end well against Ilia Topuria, but Oliveira seems confident and committed to his style heading into UFC 326. We also got a positive update on a fan favorite. After more than a year in rehab, Nick Diaz is officially back on the mats. Jake Shields shared footage of Light sparring at Extreme Couture in Las Vegas. There's no confirmation of a comeback, but just seeing Nick healthy and training again is huge for longtime fans. Outside the cage, fighters are enjoying some well-earned rewards. UFC welterweight Michael Morales picked up his first brand new car, a BMW SUV, and his reaction said it all. And speaking of luxury cars, Arman Tsarukyan pulled up in Miami showing off a Bugatti, reminding everyone how quickly success can change things in this sport. Tsarukyan also appeared on Ariel Helwani's show and made it clear he doesn't want to sit idle. If Ilia Topuria returns later this year and goes in another direction, Arman wants the winner of Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway for the BMF title.
The weird thing is, what if Ilia comes back in the summertime, right? And now you've got an interim champion, and usually the interim champion will fight the actual champion. Maybe. You're neither of those. That means we're talking about another fight happening, and you're not fighting for the belt, and now we're talking about the back end of the year.
Yeah, but maybe BMF title.
Okay.
So we'll see.
You don't want that, right? You want the real title.
Yeah, I want a real title, but I don't want to wait until the end of the next year. And then Eli, he fights once a year. Maybe he defend his title in June and then say, okay, I'll fight next year in June. And then what I can do, just stay. And I'm not that young to wait a lot too. So if they give me BMF title, it would be great too. If Charles Oliveira wins, so it's gonna be good. We got the story. And just get that belt and then the real.
Finally, let's talk about the news that affects every UFC fan directly. Paramount Plus has officially announced a price increase just days before UFC 324. Starting January 15th, subscription prices are going up across the board. Paramount cited its massive 7-year, $7.7 billion UFC broadcast deal as one of the key reasons. The upside? All UFC events, including numbered cards that used to be pay-per-views, are now included at no extra cost. Compared to the old ESPN model where fans paid a subscription plus $79.99 per PPV, this is still a major shift. So yes, prices are rising, but the PPV paywall is officially gone under Paramount Plus. That's everything for today. If you enjoyed the update, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.